broadcast. Preparing. Well, oh, I think it's working this time. Oh, I'm getting notifications. That's a good sign. Well, let's see. Anything good? Anybody going to join up for today's live broadcast? See if anybody's available. It's kind of late. It's kind of a late show, honestly. So, let's see if anybody comes on. Checks it out. Anybody in here? Yeah, we got somebody. Gary, what's up, man? You're the first. You're the first to join. First to join. I'm sharing stuff on social media, so just hang with me for a second and we'll get going. Gary, tell me about yourself. Where are you from? Oh, here's another guy. A couple people. Quad Junkies. I like the name. MXQ boxes, Android-wise. Nice. Root Master. Junkie. It's Rootjunky. I mean, Master's fine. Springfield. MO. Midwest. Yeah, so it's about the... See, that should be the same time. I think that's the same... Yeah, same time zone I'm on. It's like 10:40 or something like that. It is a little late, but whatever. Hang on, almost done, dudes. Hang on. Hold on to your horses. One more quick tweedly deedly. Oh yeah, we got a couple people. What's your favorite smartphone right now? The phone I'm broadcasting on right now, which is my Note 7. My refurbished Note 7. I returned it to T-Mobile. What a pain in the neck that was. Yikes. Alright, I shared everything. I think we're good to go now, guys. Alright. 9 a.m. in India. Nice. Welcome, India. Custom rounds, Amazon boxes, and sticks. S7 is an excellent device right here. You know what? If I didn't like a bigger screen, I'd be loving this device, honestly. And I used it for quite a while. It was a pretty good device. I might even go back to it. So, but if I wasn't like, I just like that bigger screen. What's up? Where's that? Hey, gamer. What's up, man? Due to invalid click activity, please help. You just gotta, okay, so if you want to get your channel, I'll just answer this because you were asking. If you want to get your channel remonetized after they're saying there's invalid click activity, you just got to go on there and contest that claim by Google. And normally they'll go back and they'll re-enable it. You just got to be careful. So it happened to me when I first started my channel too. Droid Turbo 2 every time. Keep streaming freezes, but not audio. I don't know why the stream's freezing. Sorry about that. Maybe it's your network. Maybe it's my network. Don't know. Australia. Nice. Cody rocks. Yes, I like Cody. But you know what? I'm really a big Plex guy at this point. I like the private server of aspect of Plex. And I have a lot of content on there. So I'm really enjoying that. Hello. H. Striker. Anyway, so I'm going to talk about a little bit of tech here. I don't know what you guys are thinking. I'm just reading comments, but I guess what I wanted to talk about was the new Pixel Launcher. So what are your guys' thoughts about Pixel Launcher? I've been using it, and I'm really kind of frustrated that the Google Now features are kind of like taken out of it. Like when I hit the little button, I feel like when I hit the little button on the side, or I should be able to like swipe the little button on the top for Google and swipe it over and get to it, and it's really bothering me. Yeah. Hey, Rico Rob, I love seeing you. Awesome, dude. So it's just bothering me. What do you guys think? Pixel Launcher? You like Google Now Launcher better? I do, personally. I like the app drawer. Okay, I could see that. LG V20. I've not had my hands on it. I was actually in the T-Mobile store, and the LG manufacturer, the LG rep, came in and had one, and I was going to play with it, but I just didn't ask about it. But I like the app drawer. Anybody else for the? When is coming? 6 out. Google Now Launcher. See, that's what I'm saying. I like Google Now Launcher better than the Pixel Launcher. I don't know. I've used it now for a little bit. It's very similar, but I really love the Google features in there, and it irritates me. So, but hey, I want to talk to you a little bit also about just like I gotta tell you my story about T-Mobile and returning my Note 7. So I paid cash for my Note 7, which is fine. And I went in there to return it, and there was like 4 people in front of me because I went in the exact day that they released all the refurbs or whatever with the fixed battery issue. So I went in there, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get this returned, and there's like 3 people in front of me. I was in there for 2 hours. It was ridiculous, waiting and waiting because they couldn't figure out how to return these people's phones. It's such a huge headache. My return took about 20 minutes even, and that was like I paid cash. Like all you gotta do is like refund my card, recharge me for a new phone, take the old phone back, wham bam, it should be done. But it was terrible experience. It just sucked. So finally got it, but it is what it is. What happened to your Sony Tablet Z? Wow, that's old video. Sam, what's up? Sony Tablet Z. I have it. It's my nightstand alarm clock. That's what it is, because I got a dock for it. I leave it right there, and I leave it like when you dock it, it turns on the clock part, and that's my alarm clock for my room. I can pick it up, watch Netflix, or I can control my TV in there with it because I got like Roku and stuff like that. But I haven't done anything with it for many years. Seems like probably a year or more, 2 years. I don't know how long it's been. Note 7 LG V20. I guess it depends on what you're looking for. I mean, do you want to have a removable battery that you can take out and put a new battery in? Then, if that's a feature that's like really critical to you, then you're probably going to want to go ahead and go with the V20. So I like the finesse and the cleanness of the Samsung. I like the S Pen features. So if you're looking for that, then you want to go that way. When going to store Rootjunky, cut the line and say, "I'm American. I'm more important." I'm American. What is this? I'm American. I'm more important. We were all in America, so I'm pretty sure most of them were Americans. Whatever. iPhone, Android on an iPhone. Probably not. I mean, you can theme an iPhone, I think, with jailbreak and make it look very much like an Android device. But you'd have to have like a fully unlockable device, iPhone device, which is never going to happen. So that you could actually completely do that. You'd have to have, you'd have to know the source code, the kernel information. I mean, you'd have to know everything to be able to even make that function. So. Best Android phone this year. Like I said, it's Note 7. I mean, that's my favorite phone this year. I mean, there's lots of good phones that are out there. Honestly, I think that there's just I mean the OnePlus 3 is a good phone. What are some of the other ones? The S7 is an excellent phone. LG V20 coming out is an excellent phone. So there's a lot out there. Did you get the OnePlus 3 this year? No, I did not. What about being really important? Sam, you're so important. So important, you don't even know. Jump iCloud lock. iCloud lock, yeah. So you actually, speaking about that, iCloud lock. I don't know, you guys saw my video. If you haven't watched it, you got to go check it out for Phone Lab. It's a new training program that I'm putting together with a friend of mine. Just to train technicians on how to repair their phones. And coming out with iCloud information, we're actually going to be probably uploading a video very shortly talking about iCloud and showing that we actually have methods and access to ways to remove iCloud on basically any iPhone device. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So if you want to learn stuff like that, it's very much centered around the repair industry, repair shops and stuff like that. But if you're just like really interested, you want to know, you should probably check out Phone Lab, phonelabteachable.com. So check that out. It's really cool. We're adding content to it like weekly. Actually, right now I'm working on that a lot more than YouTube. But we got to get it going. Appreciate your videos about factory reset protection. Yeah, I'm glad you guys have been liking those FRP videos. They've been fun to figure out, fun to learn. So I've definitely been enjoying making them. And I'll probably do more. But honestly, Android is finally, there will be new methods, I'm sure, because that's just the way it is. But Android has really gotten good at locking these down. At least all like the super simple stuff that I found originally when I started researching this, FRP is gone. Google has patched them all. They've watched all my videos. Let's put it that way. They watched all my videos and they've pretty much patched all the things that I've reported on. So uncomfortable for iOS. Yes, that's correct. What's up? So I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts about the Pixel phones, man? That should be coming up. I think Google's announcing everything on the 4th, so that's not that long away, a week or so. I'm really excited for that. I'm just really pumped. I love hearing all the new Google announcements, Pixel announcements now at this point. So I'm really excited about that. But what are your guys' thoughts? I mean, you've seen like leaks and rumors probably. So what are your thoughts on Pixel or Pixel XL? Is this something you guys are like really excited about? Are you still happy with your Nexus 6P? And they're like, forget it, I don't need anything new. What are you guys thinking? Ash hacked my phone. Whatever, gamer. Yeah, so I don't know what you guys are thinking, but I don't know. I'm kind of torn up. I want to see I don't want to see all the rumors. I'm kind of just ready to see what's actually going on. So we'll see in the event. I'm also excited about, speaking of that, 6P, yeah. Can't wait to hear the news on Pixel, yeah. I don't know, the name is irritating me a little bit. I mean, I know they have the Pixel C for the tablet, but it just bothered me a little. I'm so used to calling it Nexus. Yeah, harder to root. Oh, that's an excellent point. Yeah, so you guys see that post from Chainfire? Basically because of this, like, seamless OTA updates and the way that they're restructuring Android for security reasons, root access is going to be a new beast on these new phones. So that's going to be interesting. I mean, obviously we can root the Nexus devices that are on Nougat at this point, but it's going to be interesting to see how we actually are going to root things from now on out. It's hard, man. I really feel like even on devices that are supposedly developer devices, when root access is becoming this hard to achieve, it's almost like I feel like if Google gets security locked down so well, Google needs to find a way to allow root access. Let's put it that way. Almost like they need to build root into a developer device. So if you enable root or developer mode and you unlock the bootloader, root access is built in. That's kind of what I'd like to see. Because if they're going to lock it down so tight that we can't even get root access with an unlocked bootloader, or it's like a huge struggle to do that, then I feel like Android needs to finally find a way to put that in there, because it is necessity. If they want to see more development on devices, and if they want to implement these awesome features that these developers with root access implement, and they want to pull those into Android, which is what they've done, they basically let the crowd, the community, do their research and create new features. And the only way you can really do that is with root access. So if they lock down root access too much, you're going to really hurt your development community. And Google's basically free research, where new ideas come from, a lot of them are taken from the community, is going to go away. And that's kind of saddens me. That kind of saddens me a lot, actually. So we'll see. It'll be interesting. Daily driver is Note 7. iOS, Android would be cool. Yeah, not really. I mean, think about it. What makes iOS and iPhones like what they are is the fact that they're so locked down that nobody can modify them, and that's why they work not 100%, but they work very, very solidly, because it's so tightly controlled. But it makes the customization crappy. So I really wouldn't want Android on iOS. That would kind of suck. New Pixel phone. Whoa. I missed that. I missed it. Root firmware or non-rooted? Oh, I like it. I like it. How about even like Google releasing rooted firmware, non-rooted firmware? That's great too. I'd be happy with that. I mean, but the problem is that Google doesn't release the firmware for every device. So, I mean, that'd be great for Pixel, Nexus devices, but not so great for anybody else. Is why we love Nexus. I know, I agree. That's why, exactly. Carrier-free, unlocked bootloader, and I'm actually really been loving the fact that now we're getting these carrier-free devices that work on Verizon and GSM. That, to me, for here in the U.S., is humongous. I mean, overseas you don't care about Verizon's, right? It's just, who cares? I just need a GSM phone, and almost every phone is that. But here in the U.S., to have something that works on all of our U.S. networks and can go from one to the other is amazing. So anytime I have an opportunity to get those kind of phones, I'm all over it. And the latest Nexus, a lot of the Motorola phones right now that are coming out do work on Verizon, which has been awesome. All right, so since a lot of people are asking, CM14 release date. So I have an article I'm actually working on currently for that, just because it's not official at this point. But I'm just trying to build it so I'm ready to release that article when it becomes official. I'm actually planning on doing a CM14 review video, I guess, on CM14 when it's officially released. So it'll be interesting. Not sure when it's going to be officially released, so that you have builds on the server. But currently, you can actually download a lot of CM14 unofficial ROMs. And I guess I could put that article out there. I mean, I've already got it done. I just had to hit submit. So check on rootjunky.com and I'll try to submit that article. And I'll give you links to basically all of the unofficial builds for CM14 for lots and lots of devices. So if you really want to get it on there, it'll be there, but it might not have all the features. And then eventually when they do the official builds, we'll have those. So, which is the oldest phone you think you would be happy with in 2016? The oldest phone? Interesting. Interesting. CMCEO. Yeah, just reading comments, guys. Sometimes they go through. Tim Baker. Yeah. So CM14 definitely waiting on that. I mean, it's kind of like the custom ROM that when it hits like its development for the newest Android version, it's like it means like Android has come to the Android community, or I should say the latest Android version, like Nougat, has come to the Android community. Is once CM14 or CM makes their new version of the Android. So it's it's kind of cool. How to root Moto 2nd Gen. Whoa, that was quick. 1526 XT. Probably unlock the bootloader, install custom recovery, and flash SuperSU. That's how you do it, pretty much on any device, as long as the bootloader can be unlocked. So definitely check Motorola's website. I have a video on how to unlock the bootloader. If you go to my website, rootjunky.com, you can see all kinds of videos on how to unlock the bootloader. Just go to the Motorola section, click on your device, basically, unlock the bootloader. There's no way to unlock the bootloader? That's it? Yes, the only way is to unlock the bootloader. What's up, big bro? Or bro, big fan. Sorry. Thanks, Paul. Glad you like it. Verizon. Okay, so the only way to root the Verizon Note 4, I don't know if on 6.1. Yeah, you can downgrade from Marshmallow back to Lollipop if you're on the first initial build of Verizon firmware. And then you can actually temp root, unlock the bootloader, upgrade to 6.0 back with an unlocked bootloader and custom recovery installed, and you can then get the root access that way. But if you're too upgraded to the too early of a new or the latest firmware, I think it's locked, so you can't downgrade. So if you're too upgraded and you're on the probably the latest Android 6.0, you probably can't. Root the ZTE Max Metro PC, please. I don't have any ZTE devices. If I did, I'd probably make some videos on them, but I need one. And I just haven't found one to buy or why to buy one, I guess. So, Eventually, if I get one, I might do it. We'll see. You like the tech talk, huh? It's been fun. I think this is actually fun because you guys get to ask some questions. I get to like interact with you a little bit, and then you don't see like this is probably more my fun side, honestly, because normally you guys see me, you know, do this, do that. I'm very like, this is how you do something. This is the process of my videos. You don't see so much of my personality, and in this you get to see that a little more because it's like just me talking to you. Like if you were sitting in the chair, this is how I am. I'm pretty animated, and I'd just be like talking to you about tech. Maybe sitting back, chilling more like this, but you know, it's just what I am, and I like doing this. It's kind of fun. So, root a flip phone. Root a flip phone. No. Now Samsung has a new flip phone. I guess I haven't like played with one. I don't know. I have zero desire to play with the flip phone. Yeah. Love these vids. Awesome. Thanks, man. Best budget device of the year, ZTE Max Pro, Z Max Pro. How much is it, Paul? How much is it? All right, here I got another question for you guys. Since we're you know having this two-way conversation here, have you guys seen? I don't know if this is like just something I saw randomly, but just like surfing the web, I noticed that somebody was talking about a Google Wi-Fi router. So we know you have things like Google Fiber, which I would absolutely love to have Google Fiber in my house. I mean, like, I would so pay for that 1,000 meg up and down speed. I would be in love. $99, awesome. So yeah, that would be a great thing. I'd love to have it. It's not in my area, but I guess now they're talking Google's maybe changing routes, and instead of going with fiber, they're going to try to go with Wi-Fi. So they're going to put towers up, probably use cell towers, honestly, and then you're just going to have a Wi-Fi router into your house, and then network that out to your computers. So that'd be interesting. I'm kind of curious to see if that happens and if that gets talked about and announced in this event coming up here on the 4th. So, custom icon pack support. Yes. Theming. I love theming. That's what makes Android awesome, because we can change it and customize it. So yeah, I'm with you. Anytime you can add a theme or a way to change icons or fonts or anything built into Android, I'm for it all the way. I wish Google would do that. Yeah, Google Fiber. Oh, dude, I'm telling you, man, I'm so jealous of people who have that stuff, man. I think, oh, dude, I'm drawing a total blank right now. Oh, Josh Dew has it, right? He's got Google Fiber. So, yeah, I mean, his downloads, they're ridiculous, dude. 800 megabytes down or something. It's nuts. And I don't honestly care so much about the download. I mean, I would use it, but I really want the upload speeds because I put a lot of content on the internet, and most providers they'll try to sell you internet, and they'll be like, oh, you can get download speeds of, 100 gigs, 100 gigs, 100 megabytes, 200 megabytes. I'm like, what's your upload speed? And they don't even know, because nobody cares about that. We're all just consumers. But I'm a creator. I actually put content out there, so I need that upload speed to get things on the internet quicker. I'm not sitting there waiting on something to upload. Google Tower idea. Ping times. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Be interesting to see how they got that figured out for how to do that. 4,000 is no way. ZTE Max Pro, 4,000 milliamp battery. That's sweet. Wow, that's sweet. I should check that out. Maybe I'll get a ZTE. I've never bought their phones. What do I think about Xme? I like them so far. I mean, I've got like the Redmi Note 3, or the Redmi Note 3 Pro. That's right. Just think about that. So I got that phone. Dude, that phone is solid, man. I would recommend it. It's a very inexpensive phone. I think it's like $240 or something like that. You probably can get it cheaper, like even up at like $180, I think, at this point, probably, if you find the right site. And that thing is awesome. The fingerprint sensor, I mean, it's just like a solid piece of phone. Real good heft to it. I like it a lot. Don't get me wrong, they're not going to be like a Samsung with cameras. They're not going to be amazing on those platforms, on that like way of looking at it. The stock's firmware, I think, is just But most of those have very good development, and you can install a lot of custom ROMs. You could obviously put a different launcher on there, which would help a lot. And then obviously a lot of them you can put CM on there, CyanogenMod. So, yep. What else we got? Display. Paul, you're just pushing that phone, aren't you? I see how it is. You want some development on that bad boy. I see how it is. Can't fool me. Google verification HTC 10 with Mac, please. With Mac. I don't know. I mainly do a lot of that stuff with Windows. I don't know how to do it on Mac. And I'd have to play with one because it's been a while. Probably depends on what firmware you're on, too. iPhone 6s Plus or i7 Plus. i7 Plus? What are you talking about? S7 Plus? Is that what you're saying? I'm confused, Edwin. Amazon. Okay. Everybody and their brother is asking me about rooting the Amazon Fire 5th Gen on, well, it's not that firmware. That firmware, you can do it if you downgrade it. But on 5.3.1. And basically, it can't be done at this point. They want me to update the super tool. It can't be done. There's no root method, no exploit currently available that will let you root 5.3.1. And if you downgrade the firmware, it is going to brick the device and you'll have to send it back to Amazon. And if you're out of the 1 month, I can't even believe it's 1 month, 1 month like return policy window, you're done. They might, if you complain enough, give you like a half price one or something for $25 instead of $50. But yeah, no, don't downgrade. If you're on 5.3.1, don't downgrade. If you can hold off upgrading or updating, if they push out an update, do that too, because eventually we might get an exploit that works. But at this point, that's the situation with the Fire 5th Gen. I mean, look at this. I got 2 of them right here. Just like, I can test all I want on them, but unless we can unlock the bootloader or do something fancy, it's just we're kind of stuck. What else we got here? Oh, I'm missing this. Don't comment. A hidden gem, Paul says. A hidden gem. All right, Paul. Send me one of those bad boys. Come on. Shoot me a link. Do something. I'll have to check it out. Oh, iPhone 6 Plus. He's all going. My comment window is like the bottom third of my screen, so I can see like 3 comments at a time. And every time you comment, it flicks up, so it gets a little difficult. Few years, we will have 60 gig per second upload speeds. Oh, man. I can't wait until the internet gets like insane like that. Like, it's going to get there because Google's like so driving the internet. And people sometimes will ask me, like, why do you think Google, like, why is Google pushing this low-price internet with these fast speeds in there? And I kind of explained to them. I said, listen, this is what's going on with the internet and why Google wants Google Fiber to be out there. Because the way Google makes money in general is on data, okay? They collect so much ad traffic data and, like, data from you personally of things that you're searching, things that you're interested in. They build a profile for you, an ad profile, and that's how they market back to everybody. So the more data they can get, basically data mine from all of our machines and all of our preferences and all of our likes and dislikes, the more they can target market us and find out what we want to buy and do those things. So if they can do that faster and quicker and more of it, it's better for them. It makes them more money. So the faster they get us internet and the more we can be involved in our machines and our computers and our phones, it all correlates to money for Google. So it's going to happen because it's the market's driving it. Revenue is driving faster internet. So it's definitely going to happen, and it's going to happen, I think, cheaper because Google wants that revenue. So they're going to bring it price down, do everything at cost. They're not going to be making money on bringing us internet, but they're going to be making money on the back end. So that's my thoughts on it anyway. Mexico, hello. I want those speeds. Yes. Yeah, I just want faster upload. That's all I want. I wish I could get it from Comcast. They don't have anything that's better than what I have, and it's just all right. AT&T Samsung Tab S 6.0 without 4G services. What are you asking, Freeman? Look at my profile pic. I can't. Can't do that while I'm live streaming. Sorry. Rebel. iPhone 6s. I had one. They're alright. I mean, I'd much rather have the Plus, I think, because I like the bigger phones. But yeah, I mean, iPhone 6s is okay. It's an okay phone. I kind of want to get my hands on an iPhone 7 Plus. Definitely want to check that out. So we'll see. We'll see if I get one of those. Hopefully, I can get my hands on one. I think though I get those through my work normally when I get iPhones because I get an update program through work. So I don't think they're gonna allow me to get the Plus. So I'll probably end up just with the iPhone 7, which is fine. But as soon as I get those available through work, I'll probably grab one. Wireless charger to the next. No, I haven't. I haven't tried adding wireless charging. Nexus 6P. It doesn't have it, does it? I don't know. Here, let's find out. Nope, doesn't have it. I just put it on the charger. Sometimes I can't remember which phones have wireless charging. I have like I know most of the Samsung's latest phones all have wireless charging. A couple of my other brands have them. So sometimes I just can't remember. So my charger tells me you just set it on there. It flashes a light and says nope, doesn't have it. Real simple, easy to find out. So I wish all phones had it at this point. I mean, actually, iPhone 7 should have it. I think they're idiots for not putting that in there. Hey, thanks, man. I'm glad you like the videos. Gamer Monster. What's up? It has aluminum. It can't wirelessly charge. Really? Is that the deal with wireless charging? I honestly never looked into it. That kind of would make sense. Because it's like glass backs or plastic backs. I think that actually makes a lot of sense. I've never noticed it. I never paid any attention. But yeah, I think that's right. They're all either plastic a back or a glass back, not aluminum bodies. Interesting. Never really thought about it. I just kind of went, if they had it, great. I love it. It's awesome to put it on here when I get home from work. Just slap it on the charger and not have to worry about plugging it in or wearing out your jack. Obviously, with the Type-C, you don't wear out the jacks very often, but it is what it is. So, yeah. What else is happening in the news? I don't know. Getting late here, actually. Oh, everybody likes to ask these comparison questions. Moto X Pure or Nexus 5X? Moto X Pure. There you go. My wife's using the one I have right now, and she likes it a lot. It's a great phone. It still has all the development and unlike bootloaders of the Nexus. Well, not quite all the development, but a lot of it. It's a bigger phone, which I prefer. So yeah, I'd still go with that phone. Moto X Pure. Do you know the Galaxy S5 is worthy now? What do you want to know? If it's worth anything? That's an old phone at this point. K3 Note. Best ROM for the K3 Note. How about this? Best ROM for the K3 Note is a ROM that actually functions. I found a lot of the ROMs that even videos I did on ROMs that had just a lot of bugs in them because they had the ROM developed enough that it would boot and it would halfway function, but the problem is that it wasn't fully developed and all the bugs weren't worked out of it. So you could mess with it, but it just, if you have key features where cameras crash or different things like that, key features of the ROM that are not functional, it's not worth it. The ROM's not worth it. So it's like, why even release that? In my opinion, that's my opinion. If you develop a ROM and you're gonna release the ROM to the public and like the phone doesn't work, you can't take phone calls. This is not a finished product enough to release it. It's not even worth calling it an alpha or a beta. It's pointless. Just finish developing it or don't release it at all, in my opinion. Because if you can't use it, what's the point of having it? CyanogenMod, the best ROM out there. It's the most famous ROM. Best ROM's hard. I mean, you say that with a phone. You say best of anything. Best is subject to the person who's judging it. So with all the phones that I have, I mean, the best phone for me is not the best phone for you. So you can't really say best. You could say, is it the best supported? I guess, yeah, I would say it's probably the best supported. But you really can't say best because everybody has different preferences, like what's important to them. And so some people just want the bare bones stock, and you can get something like a pure Nexus ROM's pretty good, or some of those other ones that are like bare boned and stripped down to hardly anything. So it's hard to say. Hard to say on that one. But best is a hard thing to quantify, I guess you could say. What else we got here? Google's up. Eric, what's up, man? Original Nexus name. Yeah, I like the original Nexus name. I'm with you. That's the way I feel about it. Go back to Nexus. Don't change the Pixel. But they ran out of numbers in the Nexus. So unless you go into the teens for your Nexus naming, or you go into the number/letter region, which they kind of did with the 5X or the 6P, you're running out of names. So it makes sense that they're changing it to the Pixel. It just, I don't like it either. I'm stubborn and I like the way things were named, and I'll probably still call these Nexus devices. How about that? CM14 ROM for the Moto G working, including always notifications. I have no idea. I actually just installed one of the unofficial CM14 ROMs on my Nexus 6 right here, but it doesn't even have like the theme engine in it yet. I mean, it's not there. I have some forced closes. It's just frustrating. I mean, some of that's okay because the main functional stuff functions, but I'm just waiting for something that's more finessed, more cleaned up. New root method for Sprint Note 7. Not that I know of. I mean, I think there was one released with some engineered boot images. You could get root access, but I haven't seen anything more than that. So, Fisher, Google bypass won't work with any videos you have shared. Well, you know what? That all depends on what security patch version you're on. So if you're on a security patch version after August, yeah, for the most part, I actually maybe know one way, but for the most part, all the videos that I've released were all before August. So after security patch in August, Google went ahead and patched. One of the biggest exploits was basically being able to add a Google account, even though there was one locked to it. And since they patched that, my little application, my FRP application, doesn't function anymore because they took that in, what is it called, an intent out of the application and rewrote their Google Account Manager application so that it doesn't have it anymore. So when I call for it, it just force classes my application. So you'll see everybody commenting, it's closing. Yeah, that's right, because Google patched it. And good for them, honestly. I mean, that's what they're paid to do. So, yeah, it's after August. Yep, that's the issue. I have one other way. I'll tell you guys that there might be another way to do that. If you look at my Droid Turbo video, there's a way to add a administrative account using an application, and that might still work on devices after August. So you'll have to figure out how to implement that, but check out my Droid Turbo 2 videos. There's 2 of them, and you might be able to work some magic with those applications to get the device to remove the Google account and factory reset again. So that might still work. I think on Motorola devices they've patched it, but for some reason, this is what I'm finding, which is kind of interesting. Every manufacturer, even though Google's involved in patching FRP, the manufacturer at the manufacturer level or the OEM level is also working on their own on patching and securing factory reset protection. So what I found is, as I'm researching these things, they're different. So this OEM might have a thing where like you cannot enable, like LG, you can enable unknown sources for installing applications if you're FRP locked, which is a huge headache because that takes down tons of your functionality and things you can do. So they've locked that down. But every other OEM out there hasn't, and you can, if you can get into settings, you can install any application you want. So what you're going to find is you might be able to still use the trick of adding that administrative account. So check out that Droid Turbo 2 video. It might still work. I have a problem. I bought a 1-year Apple membership. Well, that is an issue. You shouldn't do that. Oh, man. Is King Root more easier to root a device? Derp, sorry. King Root. What can I tell you about King Root? Yeah, King Root's easy to root a device. I don't prefer using it. I use it when I have to. Just because you don't know what it's doing, honestly. The way that they run it in the background, you really don't know what it's doing to your device. You really have no clue. You're just trusting that it's doing what you want it to. So I do use it on occasion. I don't do it on any device I have any personal content on. How about that? There's my answer for King Root. Sometimes it's the only option if you want root access. Yeah. Oh, good, Perry. I'm glad you're enjoying them. I took that vote. I don't know if you guys see it. If you guys follow me on Twitter, I took like a little survey to see if you guys wanted to do another one of these videos this weekend. Just these live shows like this. So I was like, yeah, I'll just throw it out there. Let's see if you guys are interested. And I think like 50% of you were like, do it, and the other ones were like split between other questions in the little survey I threw on Twitter. So obviously you guys are liking these. I'll probably keep doing them. They're fun and easy for me. So it's fun to talk to you guys. So pre-order. What else we got? Who's saying you can go to T-Mobile? Who's asking questions? I'm missing all the conversation. Will I be getting the V20? I've been trying to nag. LG to send me a V20. It's hard to buy phones all the time. I mean, seriously, it's a lot of money. So if I have to buy all my own phones, it's ridiculous. And honestly, with the new Nexus devices coming out very shortly, I'm gonna be spending, I'm sure, $2,000 here in the next month or so. So it's a little hard to buy everything, but I may. We'll see. I have tried King Root for 2 days now. Still no root access any device. Paul, on what? On the Amazon device? If you're not on 531, if you're on Amazon, you can, like, if you're on 514 or 512 or 513, you can downgrade to 512, and if you do that, then you can root. If that's what you're talking about, hopefully. Sam's messaging me here on the side and on here. Z-Force, yes, Joy Z-Force, yeah. Sam actually, the guy I was talking about, he really wants me to get that phone. You know what, I really want to get the Droid line because I love the Moto Mod concept. It's really, really cool. I've thought about buying one, I just haven't pulled the trigger. Yeah, okay, Paul, your phone might say 512, but listen, do the downgrade again, because sometimes they'll say 512 and they're actually on 512.1 and it will not root. So make sure you downgrade the firmware and try again. Send you a link. All right, Sam, you do that. I see you texted me. I can't do two things at once, though. My Samsung tablet is stuck. Is stuck? Is that what you're trying to say? Stuck? On KitKat? Well, okay, is that all it is? Which tablet? I mean, there's so many questions there I can't even start, so. If you have a phone that only has half a gig of RAM, like this guy's telling me right here in the comments, then should you root it? Well, yeah, I would definitely root it because you could totally make that thing work a lot better. But more importantly, I think I would just get a different phone. I mean, if you have a phone that's still got half a gig of RAM, you're looking at a phone that's probably 4 years old. It's time to upgrade, buddy. For like $100, you can get like an insane phone. So I know that's maybe a lot of money to some people, but upgrade your phone. Go and swap it, buy used. You can still get an insane phone. Lollipop Nexus ROM. Yeah, that's a good one. Can't get CM to work. Kenny. Another ROM that works great. That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, there's like, I think 4 ROMs out for that device at this point. So just check an XDA. Those are the 4 that I would be looking at, which is the CM, the Lollipop Nexus, and like I think there's 2 more. It's the RAM that makes it slow. I don't know about that, Sam. I think it's just old. Paul, what's my daily driver? Note 7. That's the one I'm using to live stream right now currently. I mean, I was using my S7 the other day to live stream, but I got my Note 7 fixed, so we're good. Yeah, I totally agree. You're right. RAM management on Android is very much suffering. They need to do that better. But Apple's done that better from the get-go. I mean, you can get an Apple device, laptop, phone, doesn't matter what it is, with like half the specs that an Android phone has, and it'll run as smoothly for the user interface as an Android phone that has way more specs. So obviously Apple's got that like really nailed down really well, whereas Android is lacking in that a little bit. So I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. As long as we keep getting insane specs for RAM, I feel like we should be able to I feel like they're not even utilizing it. You get like 4 gigs of RAM, and they're utilizing 2. Keep things in storage longer. Let them load quicker. I mean, why kill them all the time? It's like ridiculous. Just let them sit in RAM. So, into cars at all? No, not really. What's my dream car? Wow, nobody's asked me that before. I do have a dream car. I've had a dream car since I was like 8 years old that I really, really would love to have. So I'll tell you my dream car, right? This is a funny question for me because I don't normally get this, but my dream car is a Dodge Viper, probably blue with white racing stripes, T-top, so you can take the top off the sides, throw them in the trunk. There you go. That's my dream car. If I ever get like an insane amount of money, just like where I have some money burning a hole in my pocket and I want to buy my dream car, that'd be the one I'd be getting. Puerto Rico, what's up, man? Any smartwatch Android to recommend? So yeah, currently I'm using my Huawei watch right here, which I really do like a lot, just because it looks very much not like an Android device. It looks like a normal watch, which is what I'm a fan of. I don't like anything that's squared out. But honestly, I'm sure this watch is good. Moto 360, the second one, I'm sure is real nice. I had the first gen for Moto 360, which I really loved, and like used that thing to death. I used it so bad I like smashed the back off and I just like re-glued it back on. It's like, see, it's like it's kind of nasty looking. But just love this thing to death. And this one's not near as fancy or as nice as the Huawei watch either, but definitely I'm loving watches. They're really nice. Product ID for Huawei. Yeah, did you guys use my script? I mean, I have a tool that does that. You just run it and it does it. Check out my video for the, what would be? It'd be the Huawei P8 Lite. I'll have a video how to do that. Jared Bush, aka Smoking Android. I mean, I talked to him, but not like a ton. Been in some giveaways with them. Talked to him on Twitter sometimes. I guess I wouldn't say I know him, but I definitely know of him, and I talked to him a couple times. Note 7 better than the S7 specs. Absolutely, yes. I mean, not a ton. I mean, obviously a lot of the specs are the same, but just the screen size and the look and the feel and the S Pen, obviously better. Yeah, that's a generator. Yeah, I know it's a generator, but it generates that information into a text, and then you put it inside the website, so it should be right there. You use a smart home. What is it? Wait. Do you use and smart home tech? I only have a smart thermostat. That's it. It's not even a Nest. I have like Wi-Fi cameras, security cameras, and some other things like that, but not too much else than that. Wait. GSM Arena. Absolutely. You know what? It is. I actually use it. Yep, GSM Arena works great for comparing specs side by side. You can like list like 3-4 phones and just look through the specs if that's what you're interested in. It is definitely there. Allo, you know what? That's an excellent question. I was actually thinking about that. Allo. So I installed it obviously when it got released officially on the Google Play Store, and talking to Google was actually really kind of fun. The predictive text or predictive responses was pretty decent. the problem is that currently it's like in a preview state, so you can't fully use it. I actually looked to try to set it as my default messaging application, and it would not let me. So you can still use it to talk to people directly through Allo, and it's functional, but it's just not quite there. So it's hard to like judge it because I really haven't had a way to. I want to like convert everything over to it and use just it for like all my messaging and just get a feel for it. But I just haven't been able to do it because it's still like kind of in that demo mode. The Yahoo breach. Razor Max. Oh my word, that was too long ago, Sam. Is it possible to change my IMEI number? It is possible to change your IMEI number. Yes, it is. You're probably gonna need something like this though to do it. And like we talk about stuff like that, rewriting IMEI numbers on Phone Lab actually. So if you want to learn how to do things like that, you could check out that site. It's linked in the video description of all my current videos, so you'll be able to check it out if you're interested. But it's not something I really show on my YouTube channel. But if it's more for like I said, that kind of information is really more for repair shops. So, because it's kind of could be illegal depending on how you utilize it, I guess is what I'm getting at. Snowden. Yes, I have heard that there's always security concerns across the board on everything. Obviously, security is important, but trust me, you can't secure everything to perfection. It's impossible because the only way to do that would be to cut off all kind of access, right? The only way you can secure any kind of data would be putting it in a place that it doesn't have internet. If there's internet, there's a way in. If there's a way in, somebody can hack it. That is the world we live in. So security is always a concern and it's important, but you got to realize that nothing is safe unless it's sitting on a hard drive that's not connected to anything. Then it's safe, or not connected to anything that's connected to the internet. But if it's on the internet, man, anybody can get it at some point if they want it. If somebody wants to hack it bad enough, they can get it. Yeah, there you go. Yep, see, he used his box, his Octoplus box, to repair his IMEI. See, there's ways to do it. Did you hear about 20-some made... What? 20-some made you explode... I missed it. I couldn't read all that. Google underwater storage area, the most secure area. I didn't even heard about that. Is you making that up? I don't even know. Yeah, see you later, man. People are signing off. Yeah, I gotta go to bed myself. It's getting pretty late here. Do you own any Blue devices? Blue, yes, only one. The Blue R1 HD, which I bought just because I wanted to hack Samsung, or not Samsung, Amazon, and just remove their ads and kind of screw with them. That was the only reason. I've never used it as my personal device. It could be used as a personal device. $60 is a great deal too, but it's kind of fun to play with and unlock the bootloader and root it and develop for it. A lot of times that's what I buy. I mean, like these, honestly, to be honest with you, these two Amazon tablets, right? Fire 5th gens. I've never used one as my personal device. Ever. I literally bought them just to hack them and play with them for you guys. So, yeah, that's a thing. What else we got here? I don't know, people are writing. Can I... Sam, you're not even listening to me. You're just sitting there thinking of funny stuff to ask in the comment section. I know how you work, dude. Trust me. If you guys ever watch this video, go back on. I don't know. I don't even honestly know if you can watch or look at the comments. I hope you can, because if you can't, Google or YouTube needs to change that, because reading the comments as I'm talking is the way to do it. So, what else we got here? Yes, you can get the product ID by dialing that number. That is very true. Did you successfully get the Amazon ads off the Blue? Yeah, I did. Yep. Yeah. Man, you need to follow some of my channel or something. Subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. And if you guys are watching this later, you probably need to go ahead and like make sure you have notifications turned on my YouTube channel. Because if you don't, you're not going to get notifications of like live shows like this. So if you're interested in this kind of stuff, you gotta turn on those notifications. But yes, I did remove the ads. But Amazon has shut that down, and now I gotta find a new way. So the first 2 firmware versions that they released was version V6.4 and then V6.5, and both of those you could use SP Flash Tool, do whatever you wanted. So it was like simple. But now version V6.6, they've updated the preloader and messed it up. So that's a real pain in the neck. They went ahead and did that, and now I've got to find a new way to get into them to remove ads. But if you have one on the first 2 firmware versions, then yeah, you can remove ads very simply. I've made all kinds of stuff, custom SP Flash Tool system images that you can flash. I mean, all kinds of goodies for the Blue R1 HD. Samsung Galaxy J1. Can I make it faster? I actually was thinking about picking up something like that. I don't know if it was a J1, maybe it was a J7 I was thinking about getting. Just to play with it. I know there's a lot of them out there, and I was thinking about doing that. But Amazon Fire Phone. Junk, don't buy it. It only works in AT&T. There you go, that's my opinion. How to root the Nexus 5? Seriously? Seriously? Alright, here's my answer for Nexus 5. Nexus Root Toolkit. Boom, done. Put it on your Windows machine, you're done. Simple. And if you don't know how to use it, I've got like a whole series of videos on it. Yeah, you can order a blacklist removal service if you want to do that, or you can change the IMEI number. But you're probably going to need a Z3X box or an Octopus box. Wait. Oh, random question. Wait. Have you ever saw Prison Break TV show? Yes, I have. I loved it. First 2 seasons were amazing. Third one kind of eh. If you guys haven't seen Prison Break, it's a good show. It's a thinker. It's one of those thinkers, man. Like, screw with you. That's why I loved it. Tried King Root, but it didn't work. Oh, so sad. Too bad. You can ask them to develop more on it, but I don't think they really do too much for it. They, King Root developers, I think, just wait for exploits to be released and bugs to be released, and then they just find a way to implement them and weaponize them and throw them in King Root. So they don't think they really do too much development research themselves, honestly. OnePlus 2, OnePlus 3, good phones, my opinion. Yeah. So, Pedro, I do think that they're good phones. They have some decent community for them for development side. So, obviously, OnePlus 3 is an excellent phone, I think, for this year. So, we'll see. I mean, they're good phones. If you're interested in them, buy one. Ask the Android guy. Had a wedding. What? Gamer, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Is a YouTuber? You're throwing me off. Alright, well, that covers about most of what I was going to talk about, guys. I'm so sorry it doesn't support your device. Bummer. Ask them to support it. But yeah, that's probably about all I was going to talk about. Just, catching up with you. Probably do something like this again next weekend, Saturday. Probably Saturday or Sunday, one of them. Normally in the evening. That's what works best for me anyway. I can get the house quiet and everybody kind of doing their thing and are in bed, and I can sit in here and talk to you. So, but yeah, probably wrap it up for me. Thanks for joining the video. Definitely like all your guys' comments. Definitely join up. Probably next week I'll do it again. So start, if you're during the week, you're thinking about things you want to talk about. You're like, hey, I want to ask Rootjunky about this. Save it, make a mental note, come on the show. If you ask persistently enough, I'll probably see your comment and be able to answer it for you. So, or at least talk to you about it. I mean, sometimes I don't always have the answers, but just kind of fun to talk. Kenny, good scripts. Yes, scripts are fun. If you guys haven't learned how to write those, they're really fun. So, hey, Paul, how's it going? All right, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Rootjunky out.